have a special guest on the show today. This is Bowie. He is a student currently in the recruiting process of becoming a student athlete. And Dre, can you introduce yourself and tell us what sport you are going to play and where you are trying to go?
Well, hello, I'm Dre Bowie. I'm currently trying to play basketball and I'm trying to go to Tacoma Community College.
And what made you want to play basketball in college?
It's always been a thought in the back of my mind ever since coming out of high school. And after playing a lot of basketball over the past few years, I think it's time to act on it.
And at what point do you think that you had a shot? You realized you had a shot at playing at the next level?
When I've been playing with collegiate basketball athletes, and I've been able to hold my own and play alongside of them.
So you kind of just like, how do you do like an open gym, or how does that?
Yeah, like open gyms, just going and doing workouts, shooting workouts with them. And just kind of, just like I said, keeping up with myself or keeping up with them, I should say.
So during this recruiting process, you said you're trying to go play in Tacoma. What do you think your biggest challenges so far have been in trying to get recruited and then trying to actually make a certain team?
The biggest, not problem, but the challenge is definitely reaching out and trying to get my foot in the door, and finding a time that worked for myself as well as the coaches, with school and I work. So yeah, we were finally able to coordinate and find a time.
Perfect. And are you ready? Do you think the lifestyle of a student athlete will fit your regimen, or do you think that's something you have to get used to?
I think I think it'll fit honestly pretty fine. I already work dang near full time during school. And so I think basketball, I will be putting a lot of time into it, but not nearly as much time as I do with work. And so I think maybe the only adjustment I have to make is waking up a little bit earlier.
Right. It does make sense. How do you handle academics right now, without playing basketball, and how do you think it'll change when you start playing?
I handle them pretty well already right now. I try to get all my work done in the beginning of the week so that I can have the rest of the week just to work, hang out with friends, have time to myself. So it just really depends on the schedule and like the schedule of basketball. I'm assuming that stuff isn't going to go that late and I'll probably get done earlier than I do now in the day. So I'll probably have a lot more time to do stuff. So I'm really not worried about it. I think I'll be able to keep up.
Do you think doing your schoolwork and doing your other activities in your life is a good balance, or do you think you should get your schoolwork first and then focus on the other things going on around you?
I think I have a good balance now. Sometimes I do get a little ahead of myself and I won't work on the schoolwork and I'll kind of push it off for a while. That's I try not to do it. That's why I do it in the beginning of the week. Usually dedicate like Monday, Tuesday, sometimes even Sunday to do all my schoolwork. Um, and yeah, so I think it should just be fine,
Yeah,
to be honest.
I understand that. And do you think you'll need support from your professors and advisors, or do you think you're kind of self motivated in the whole school process to get that part of the student athlete part done?
I think I'm self motivated. Like I said, with work, I'm already kind of doing it, and I know that stuff. The responsibility of schoolwork lies on myself. Only time I think I'll ever really reach out to professors, of course, if I'm not understanding coursework and if I need help in that aspect. But the motivation aspect, I don't really need.
And what is your goal with this playing basketball in college? Do you want to stay in Tacoma? Do you want to transfer anywhere? Do you want to like what do you want to do with this?
Well, I'd like to go play for a year, do my thing, and then hopefully transfer out. It'd be awesome to come back and play here. I won't say legacy, but my father did play here from '94 to '99, so it would be cool to kind of fill that role and just play that part, and come back to Missoula and play here.
Do you feel some sort of pressure, not necessarily from your father, but just because he has some sort of legacy here that he did play? Do you feel like you should want to play, or kind of have a desire to play more than the normal kid would?
Coming out of high school, yes. Coming out of high school, I actually really felt that way, but he was very understanding when I didn't want to play. I followed the wrong thing coming into college and didn't really follow basketball right away. And so that's why I'm kind of going back to it. But there really hasn't been a lot of pressure with that. If there is, it's on myself. And I'm probably doing it subconsciously.
You said you wish you would have kind of followed basketball coming out of high school. What advice would you give to athletes who want to play sports in college? Would you advise the gap year that you kind of took, or would you tell them just keep going through it?
Mm,
Because I'm
I
sure
think
there's pros and cons of what you chose. But if you were to advise someone right now, what do you think you would tell them?
I think if you know like for sure your sport is what you want to do, then of course do it. But a lot of people are unsure, and I think the gap year kind of really helped me. I definitely say take a gap year if you don't really know if that's what you want to do, or if you just want to go to school, or if school's not even for you. It just really depends on the person, depends on what you want. But for me, I'd say the gap year is awesome, very much needed. I'd recommend it. But again, if you already have your course set up, you know what you're going to do for your future, then go along with it.
I got you. And the last question is, where do you see yourself after college in your career?
Well, it depends on if I come back here. If I come back here, hopefully with my major, it aligns and I can go get a career right out of college. But it really depends on where basketball will take me. But I do see myself probably working full time out of the college.
I lied. This is the last question. And do you think you have made connections in college, and do you think you'll make even more connections while playing sports in college?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I've met a lot of great people and I'm hoping to continue to meet a lot of great people, but it's really awesome. Sports really do help you get your foot in the door and you do meet a lot of awesome people as well.
You heard it here. Thank you, Dre, for coming on this podcast. And for those of you that want to become student athletes during the recruiting process right now, like Dre did, I advise you to listen to his advice.